everyone to our Voice of Research Excellence program. Today we have with us Mr. Samir Obeidat, who is a CEO of Stallion AI. Actually, he will talk about leadership and the future of artificial intelligence economy in Africa. So, Mr. Samir Obeidat is a Jordanian visionary serial entrepreneur, speaker, angel investor, and philanthropist. He is, as I said earlier, the founder and CEO of Stallion AI, Investify, and Stallion Mark Investment. So, through his innovative genius, he has established several technology-enabled startups, most notably Stallion Artificial Intelligence, an Ottawa-based deep learning startup that focuses on custom AI solution, wealth management, document understanding, and defense application across Canada, Europe, and the MENA region. So this company has branches in Ottawa, Dubai, Limassol, and New York. Mr. Samir he is also the founder of National Building House, one of the world's first financial technology precious metals platforms to trade spot gold and precious metal deliverable contracts. As at 2016, the National Building House possessed over $1 billion of gold investment. So welcome, Mr. Samir Obeidat. We thank you for our invitation, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and good morning from Victoria, British Columbia in Canada. It gives me a great pleasure to contribute to the Voice of Research Excellence program and to host this session, which is organized by the African Business School. I'll do today a presentation about leadership and the future of AI economy in Africa. The main goal of this presentation is to explain how AI leadership would empower youth and professionals in Africa, unlock jobs, stimulate the economy, and attract foreign investments. So at the beginning, you may know right now AI is changing the way we work, we live, and we think. I assume that we all agree on this fact. With auto-driving cars, agricultural drones, and email programs that finish your sentences, there is no escaping the fact that artificial intelligence is going to contribute to the global economy and continue finding applications in our everyday lives. We are living the most extraordinary time in the human history. Well, beyond 2030, the scope of AI impacts on both the economy and the society will almost certainly increase. So it is important for Africa to be strategically placed in order to provide a springboard for the future. In the agenda here, we will be discussing today the current state of AI, acceleration of AI during and after COVID-19, AI application in different sectors, AI in the future of jobs, and what to do next. I'll make it very quick so that we can keep 20 to 25 minutes at the end so that we can have Q&A. Well, at the beginning, as you may know, AI is huge. It is disruptive and transformative. We realize now that artificial intelligence is going to be a big game changer in the global economy, and much of the value potential is up for grabs. So according to PwC, it is estimated that AI could contribute up to $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030, more than the current output of China and India combined. Of this, $6.6 trillion is likely to come from increased productivity, and you got 9.9 trillion is likely to come from benefits of consumers. The shift towards AI and being part of the technological disruption during and after COVID-19 crisis is not a choice anymore for governments and businesses across Africa. So, I mean, again, AI is powerful, but at the heart of most AI applications, we see today an algorithm known as deep neural network. Maybe most of you guys hear about that. It's called also deep learning. It is designed to mimic the human brain and just like us, has the capability of learning and mastering different tasks when provided with enough training examples, which is data basically. To understand the rationale, if you look at the global top companies since 1988 versus today, you will see that the ability to adapt new technologies and business models and adapt to new market conditions is very, very critical. Therefore, uncertainty is really expensive to governments and businesses. AI systems, machine learning, and data science help us to predict outcomes and recognize patterns, thereby reduce uncertainty. They automate processes and thus reduce inefficiencies. The whole new business processes and business models are being spawned by these changes. It perhaps as momentous a technology as microprocessors were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So in order to get the most out of AI, powerful AI solutions, effective business strategy, training, education, and even culture all matter. During the COVID-19 crisis, we saw how China and Canada and many other countries, how they succeed with AI as a crisis management tool, which demonstrated the AI's utility and justified the financial investment the technology has required to evolve over the last few years. With no doubt, AI aided the control of the COVID-19 pandemic and helped to curb its worst effects. We saw how several AI applications have been applied during the pandemic, such as disease surveillance AI, virtual healthcare assistants, diagnostic AI, intelligent drones and robots, curative research AI, and even also for contact tracing and vaccine development. In fact, without AI, we won't be in a stage right now where the vaccine is very close to be out of the to the market. So it is really helping the whole world to overcome this challenge. When it comes to the AI applications, across multiple sectors, AI is already causing industry-shaking changes. These are the main 4 AI application waves. I call them waves because every wave have a couple of or many applications that can change how humans interact with the world around us, showing us faster and more efficient ways of solving problems or even creating, fun. With AI, there is no question of if AI will attain mainstream use, as already components of AI such as natural language processing, or what we call NLP, predictive analytics, computer vision, robotics have already become human partners at both work as well as the privacy of homes. Starting with the first wave, which is the internet AI, you know very well, YouTube and Netflix. It's a day-to-day, tool right now. Everybody is using them. So the new YouTube app uses AI to learn to learn what you want to watch. We call those recommendation systems, which is based on deep neural network technology that can find patterns automatically and keep learning and improving as it goes. Stallion AI's conversational AI is a form of AI that allows people to communicate with applications, websites, and devices in everyday, human-like NLP via voice, text, touch, or gesture input. For users, it allows fast interaction using their own words and terminologies. During the COVID-19, we saw conversational AI solutions or chatbots were able to answer thousands of questions related to COVID-19 in real time, provide reliable information and clear guidelines, recommend protection measures, check and monitor symptoms, and advise individuals whether they need hospital screening or self-isolation at their homes. AI is capable today to manage investments and wealth with no human intervention. At Stalin, we developed a technology called Investify. We spent like 4 years building that technology. It's based on deep learning. The main goal here is to manage investment portfolios with a main goal to maximize risk-adjusted returns and minimize risk without any human intervention. As you may know, the dynamic nature of the financial markets involves hundreds of factors that a fund manager needs to digest and process to instantly react to any unexpected economic events so that the investment portfolio is always responsive. Another example of business AI is the AI that can read, analyze, and classify documents. We call it natural language processing. Banks such as JP Morgan has found a way to save on legal and customer service spending. Imagine that the bank is using AI to review thousands of documents in seconds, doing work that once required 360,000 hours of work each year by lawyers and loan officers. Same technology can be used for reviewing job applications, internal auditing, medical billing, filing KYC and questionnaires, etc. A common example of perception AI, which is under the third wave, is computer vision, which is a field of AI that trains computer to interpret and understand the visual world. In other words, AI can see. Today, using digital images from cameras and videos and deep learning models, machines can accurately identify and classify objects. It can recognize faces, it can do intelligence surveillance, it can even help drones to do agricultural field missions. The fourth wave is autonomous AI. A common example is autonomous driving. As you can see today with Tesla, cars can drive. Uber is planning to have, a full, to start moving into autonomous driving very soon. Even in Dubai right now, they are expecting in the next 3 to 5 years to start moving from the normal taxi driving into autonomous driving. This is one of the most common examples of how artificial intelligence can change the way how we live. As you may know, the continuing evolution of automotive technology aims to deliver even greater safety benefits, and automated driving systems, or ADS, that already handle the whole task of driving when we don't want or we cannot do it ourselves. Fully automated cars and trucks that drive us instead of us driving them is already a dream that become a reality. Moving to the most important aspect of artificial intelligence is the impact on the future jobs. And I believe this is really important. The common public is largely unaware of how powerful AI is as a technology that can disrupt multiple industries in an extremely short period of time. One of the main downsides of AI disruption is that it will become very easy to automate millions of jobs. I believe it is going to automate 800 million jobs in the next few years, which is incredibly short space of time. Many more jobs will disappear than will be created. This is a fact, at least in a short period of foreseeable future. This graph shows how over 90% of people were working in agriculture, while now there is less than 2 or 1%. So according to McKinsey, PwC, and others, AI is estimated to displace about a third of the current jobs worldwide just in the next few years. Jobs that are routine and repetitive in nature will be amongst the first ones to disappear. But wide-scale automation has happened before as well, as you may know. What's different this time? Well, while previous technological revolutions did transition the job market, it was by no means what you could call a smooth transition. This time is absolutely different. This time the transition in the new job market could be even more difficult due to the nature of this technology. So deep learning technology is also capable of exceeding human performance in many tasks. Deep learning is easier for business and government to implement and adapt, especially when compared to earlier technologies like mechanical robots, which could take many years to set up. This means the jobs will be destroyed at a much faster pace this time around, and the creation of new jobs will not nearly be enough to make it up for us. But we also cannot let the situation develop as it is projected to so far. Then what we do, in the next slides, we will come to a couple of recommendations here. But before I move forward to the next slide, as you can see here, these are the types of job that AI will be replace in the next few years. As you can see, the repetitive and routine jobs will be replaced by AI. So you can see anybody who is planning in the future to be into tele sales space or customer service or even accountant, truck driving, etc. These are already getting displaced right now, already getting replaced by artificial intelligence. Even jobs like radiologists and research and even financial analysis, in fact, it is already getting displaced. We already have those technologies available at a very mature level. So what to do next? It's important to educate the masses about the looming threats and make sure everyone is discussing what potential solutions are available to us in order to minimize its negative impact and the widespread of civil anxiety and unrest in the world. As you can see from this diagram, we always start with education, education, education. We need then move to data and infrastructure, assessments and strategy. These are very important. If we would like to start with a new startup, we need to look into data. If we do already have a business or a government organization, we need to look into data and infrastructure and start doing assessment to know what are the gaps and then start crafting our strategy. We need to support AI startups. We need to establish AI funds that would absolutely stimulate the whole economy and start helping us basically to find or create new jobs. We need to invest in AI solution. This is absolutely important because we want to move from consuming the AI technology into producing the AI technology. This has a very deep implications because later on, once AI start displacing, millions of jobs, in the first world, especially those countries that are already producing the technology, these countries will easily put tax on technology producers, and thus they can pay the people who are basically get impacted by this displacement. They can just give them basic income. We saw that in Canada and the US. Right? In Canada during the COVID-19, they were paying people who got impacted by the pandemic. They were paying them $3,000 a month. They do have the capability to do that, right? They print money as well as they can put taxes on big technology producers like Google, Amazon, etc. Unfortunately, in the African region and in the Middle East, overall MENA plus Africa, we don't produce the technology. We produce it at a very, very small scale. We are consuming the technology, so we are unable to print money. We are unable to put taxes on technology producers because we have no technology producers, and thus we won't be able to pay basic income to the people who are going to get impacted by this quick disruption. It is a very critical and serious situation. We need to start educating everybody about this, and we need to start producing the technology as soon as possible. Finally, I mean, despite all of the job market problems that will be created due to advancements in AI, we all still believe overall AI will bring about more positive changes than negative changes. This is because it is promising to make our roads easier, provide more accurate diagnosis of diseases, make the cost of goods and services cheaper, and simply increase the convenience of our day-to-day lives. So we cannot and should not stop the progress of artificial intelligence. The AI economy should help Africa to unlock jobs to the world, stimulate economic growth, and attract foreign investments. Well, before I end the presentation, let me introduce who we are. First of all, my name is Samer Obedat. I'm the CEO of Stallion AI Group. I know Hasna introduced me. I would also highlight that I'm a CEO of Investify, which is an AI-driven investment management company. I'm the chairman of Stallion Market Investments. We do have a $300 million fund that supports basically the AI startup ecosystems with a focus on the MENA region and Africa. As a Stallion AI group, we do have extensive expertise in artificial intelligence. So we delivered over 300 AI complex AI projects in Asia, North America, EU, and MENA. We do have over 100 experts and PhDs. We are very active when it comes to academia. So we produce publications and patents on a quarterly basis. And we are ranked top 10 in Canada as an AI provider to the Canadian government. We do have a very excellent leadership team, and I'll open the space for Q&A. If you do have any question, or if you want me to go back to any of those slides to ask this question, please feel free to do that. Thank you so much for having the time to do the presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Samer. So everyone who has a question, he can either put it on the chat box or just they can unmute themselves and ask it directly to our guest speaker.
Hello.
Yep.
Hi, Mr. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Ahmed Zahlan. I'm a student of ABS. I'm a PhD student on business analytics. So I have two questions. The first question is regarding academia. As in PhD students, not all of person work with AI tools, coding or anything. So how can we apply those AI tools easily in our research? My second question is, when we have an AI project, AI idea, we will say, an artificial intelligence project, or we will say idea with a small proof of concept, but we don't have the expertise, enough expertise. In my case, for example, I'm a business analytics student, but I have an idea, for example, in biomedical or in detection of something. So how can I get help, or how can I get, sorry, or how can I benefit from AI or something like that?
Okay, wonderful. Well, very excellent questions. Question number one, Ahmed was asking about how we can apply AI into research. As you may know, Ahmed, right now we do have a huge volume of research, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence. So, I mean, you got a huge space to research. You always need to start with the problem and start diving from there into an AI research. The good thing is that there is always an intersection between AI and any field. So, for example, 5 years back, I was doing a research on AI and investment management. The question was always hedge fund managers and financial managers usually make losses whenever they manage investment portfolios, because as humans, we are unable to process huge amount of data, right? And when you start talking about financial markets, you're talking about a highly dimensional problem. There are a lot of features. There are a lot of dimensions in that space. and our brains are not capable to process this huge amount of data. We introduced AI as a solution. And when I say AI is a huge space, right? To be more specific, we applied deep learning technology to be able to optimize investment portfolios and thus be able to deliver relatively high risk-adjusted returns more than human investment managers, and that would absolutely drive prosperity and reduce risk, because we know that a lot of the previous recessions were because of bad human behavior in the financial markets. So yes, the intersection is there. I hope that I fulfill your question here. Does that you? Yeah.
May I interrupt you, please, Mr. Samir?
Please go ahead.
My question specifically, I think you answered my question, but specifically that you know that PhD is more working in, especially business PhDs in business studies. We focus more in behavior, for example, in data, just SPSS, some statistics. But you know, artificial intelligence, it's working with the big data. For example, as you said, deep learning, TensorFlow, Python, coding with every chatbot, also as Alexa, as you showed us. But how is a PhD student, for example, I'm not talking about just myself, about my colleagues also, that they don't have those tools or those prerequisites to work with those tools during their research? If you get my question.
You don't really need to be a programmer to start working on AI, Ahmed. In fact, the future of AI is no coding AI. So you would be able to plug and play with
drag and drop.
Exactly. This is the future. In fact, we do have something called Fusion.ai, which we are offering to students from 11 years old to 23 years old. This platform would allow any student on Earth to produce an AI application in any industry. Imagine a 12-year-old student to be able to, for example, create an AI or an image classification model that can classify X-ray images of people who are infected of COVID-19 and classify them or differentiate them from people who are healthy. Usually, even radiologists right now, they are unaware of such kind of capabilities. So if we start educating the mainstream about this, that would absolutely drive our future. The future is no coding AI. You don't really need to start programming to understand how to do research about AI. However, you need to understand the process, how to formulate the problem, how to be able to understand the scientific method here, right, about the machine learning modeling, the machine learning development, and so forth. So you need to educate yourself about those stuff. Once you are aware of them, once you are aware about the implications of AI, you would be able to, in fact, to apply AI research to any industry. Regarding the startup question, if you can remind me, Ahmed, what was the point there?
Yes, the point is when you don't have enough expertise, how to deal with it. So you have an AI idea, we will say that it's hardware, it will be, for example, software. You need expertise. For example, you are a team of two working on business, and you have a good business plan, you have a good idea, you validate the market, but you are blocked on financial because you don't have the expertise in the team or yourself.
See, I would give lectures and lectures on how to succeed in the entrepreneurship sector and how to bring an idea from lab into markets. The main goal here is that once you got the idea, once you have the prototype, let's say, to ensure that you are on the right track, right? You wanna get at least the minimum viable product. It's important, first of all, to have a co-founder with you who can help you to do the development work, who has the expertise to make your idea into, let's say, a software that can really have a real implication in a certain industry. Once you got there, funding is the last thing you want to think about. I mean, I am pretty sure there are a lot of accelerator programs, incubators, investment funds who can support the entrepreneurs in Morocco or in Africa in general. We do that, but we do have a private fund that can support entrepreneurs, but we focus on certain areas. I believe you guys in Morocco, you got a lot of accelerator programs there who can support ideas, and especially technology ideas.
They can support more than if you don't have prototype, if you don't have MVP, or it's more they fund the easy projects, we can say, not a hardware project or hard project. So if there is hardware, if you don't have a prototype or MVP, they can't help you. So they are waiting you until you got to the point of making your MVP, then they will think about helping you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, it does not make any sense that you apply for funding if you have the idea. Anyone can take the idea and start working on it, right? So you need to start yourself working on it and have maybe someone to join you as a co-founder and start working together on at least having the minimum viable product. And after that, you can start I mean, joining different kind of clusters or maybe programs, etc., in order to bring that from lab into markets. So this is the easiest way to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ahmed, thank you.
Thank you.
Ahmed, feel free to approach me if you need any further help.
Yes, I will. I will get your email and I will send you an email this afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye. Any other question? Yeah, Umayma?
Yes.
Hi, Umayma.
I'm Umayma, a PhD student from Africa Business School. First of all, my feedback, I mean, about the AI, I mean, I discovered first time when I was reading the book of Noah Yuval Harari for 21 lessons for 21 centuries.
Yeah.
And I found that, like this historian, we don't know the future for next 50 years about the jobs, because we will lose a lot of jobs. And also we need to prepare population to change their jobs for every almost 5 years. Mm-hmm. So for the countries, like African countries, especially like Morocco, who's still suffering with the elitism, and how we can prepare now the youth for the future, that we change the jobs. And the AI also, I think, for now, like I see like BBC now, they start using AI journalists, and many journalists, they lost their jobs. Last year, Japan, they decide I think they proposed that arts and history universities and literature universities, they will be also deleted from the programs. So here, like, we are losing a part of humanity, and in the future we will let the AI to control everything. So how we can save this heritage, and also to not let the AI to control everything, because we can see the power of AI more than the human being power. So that's my question. And so also about the jobs, so how we can be prepared, especially the nature of our brain and the body of human being. After 40 years, they're searching for stabilization. How we can, for example, prepare those people that we change their jobs, and they need to be creative, innovative, and always learner. So that's my question. Thank you.
These are excellent questions. And so see, First of all, this is not the first time in our human history that we are facing an industrial revolution, right? This is the fourth industrial revolution.
Yes, but
however,
yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but the difference that's with the first industrial revolution, we knew that we have engineer jobs and everything for 50 years. For now, the historians and the experts, they say we don't know what will be for example, for 50 years. Even for them, they can't predict the future because the power of the AI is so amazing. So that's why.
Yeah, exactly. I'm coming to that point. We got 4 industrial revolution. All of them disrupt the job markets. However, this time is different. Why? Because it's happening so fast. It's unlike the steam engines, which took almost 15 years to move from horses into cars. This time is happening in 2 to 3 years. I mean, it's already happening right now. We can see AI replacing customer service representatives. We can see AI started to replacing radiologists. We can see AI, etc. So there are different types of artificial intelligence. It's important to understand that there's the narrow AI, which can does only specific task, which is the AI that we have right now. There's the general intelligence, which is expected to happen in the next, I don't know, 30 to 50 years. And we do have this super AI, which is maybe in the next 100 years. And there are some technical challenges why the general and the super intelligence is not happening right now. So even the narrow AI is already automating a lot of jobs. It's also augmenting a lot of humans, right? The main point here is that, do we sit and watch? No, of course not. What we need to do, we need to move fast and understand how can we basically live with this reality. AI is bringing a lot of value, right? It's unlocking an economy of $15.7 trillion. I can see AI as an opportunity for Africa. I can see AI as an opportunity for the Middle East. I mean, it's an opportunity to change our economies. Right now, we have no chance with the current, with the current system to overcome all the challenges because of the complexity of capitalism and etc. What we are trying to do here by education and by educating the mainstream and by opening opportunities for youth, by supporting startups, especially AI first startups, and all these stuff, right now, startups can really stimulate the whole, economy in any country. A small AI startup would attract billions of dollars in funding from foreign countries. That would absolutely stimulate the whole economy, create jobs, and unlock prosperity. And economic prosperity to many countries in Africa. If we look from that lens, we will absolutely change our future. I'm not sure if you guys know that Zoom, which is a conferencing company, it's like Microsoft Teams, but I like it more. They hit $64 billion in market valuation during
replacement. How should we change it? It's like the complementary question to what Umayma asked. Like, what are digital skills?
Okay, thank you, Kotar. What we will be doing here is that we need to start educating ourselves about the implications of AI. So business AI or even technical AI would be a good start. If you are into computer science, starting with learning. I mean, I'm sure that everybody knows that Python, for example, is the language behind machine learning. In order to program a machine learning system, you need to know how to write Python. A lot of coding platforms available out there. If you are not into technical programming and building softwares, let's say, you want to start with business AI, understanding the implications of artificial intelligence, understanding how to build AI systems and so forth. If we took those measures, we would be able to understand the implications. So for example, if you are into, before going there, it's important to know that AI right now is replacing repetitive jobs and routine jobs. So if you are working in a call center or as a customer service or in any job that has a lot of repetitions and routine, AI is coming for you. So you need to start, I mean, changing the way how you work, basically. And this is really important. Is that bad? No, it's not bad, because you don't want, as a teacher, for example, you don't want to sit for 8 hours marking students' exams, right? You want to just scan those and the AI will start correcting answers. In fact, AI is capable today, for example, to mark essays same level as humans, which is really surprising, using natural language processing. If you are into healthcare, AI is really shaking the whole industry. But is that bad? No, it's not bad, because it's going to predict when is the next pandemic. It's going to predict when a person might have a tumor or a cancer or a diabetes, or even providing you recommendations on how to eat, how to live how to run your day-to-day activities and so forth. It is basically making us safer and happier and healthier. But we need to understand how to, if I'm planning to be an accountant in the next 5 years, I would start thinking about not to do that, because accountants or accounting in general is going to be replaced by artificial intelligence. In fact, there's already a friend of mine, he's a CEO of MindBridge, which is a financial accounting and auditing technology company in Ottawa. And they are basically changing the whole game right now. So I won't think about being an accountant. I would start thinking to be a financial manager who understands how AI accounting works. So finding the sweet spot between AI and the industry that I'm looking for to work in the future is extremely important, so that we don't find ourselves later on sitting in an industry or in a certain area and watching AI taking our positions. We want to understand the implication of AI in every industry we are interested in. So this would be the first step. Education, again, education. It is really important to understand the implications here, and thus take the steps required to be able to navigate into the future.
Thank you very much for your answer. I have a second. Yeah, I have a second question.
Your voice is very low, Kocher.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you elaborate more on application of business AI?
Everything. I mean, what business you are in? What field you are in?
Like I'm working on mainly manufacturing, so.
Okay. So
yeah.
in manufacturing, for example, AI is really changing manufacturing and shaking the whole industry, right? So previously, you go to any manufacturing facility and you can see clearly that it used to be human intensive. Right now, you go to any manufacturing facility and any large scale manufacturing facility, and you're going to find robots and AI is doing the whole job, right? So, and that is basically reducing inefficiencies, increasing productivity, and reducing operating costs. So if you go to an automobile manufacturing facility, before it used to hire thousands of employees to manufacture cars. Right now, you go there, you find just robots moving around and just doing the whole job easily. How AI is, contributing to this, because robots are there since ever. AI is making robots more intelligent. So with computer vision, which is the AI that can see, today a robot can recognize objects, it can recognize people, it can move around. If you go to Amazon manufacturing facilities, for example, robots are doing everything from warehousing to managing the whole operations from A to Z. So this is just into manufacturing. Predictive maintenance, how to predict the next maintenance or replacement of a certain equipment. This is also AI. Usually, if you are in an oil and gas facility, it would take you months to replace a certain equipment. With AI, if you can predict that a certain equipment is going to be, it requires urgent maintenance, so that you cannot pay millions to replace it. AI is doing that job anyhow right now. It is not the future. It's already happening right now. So we can see AI everywhere in manufacturing and in different kind of business industries.
Thank you very much. I have like a question. I want to ask about robotic process automation, because it's well used in like accounting and finance.
Yeah.
How it is used in manufacturing, because mainly it was tested and companies working on robotic process automation are applying that technology on finance and banking. So how do you have any idea of this?
Of course. Yeah.
In manufacturing.
So see, it's important to understand that robotics is different from robotic process automation, and that both of them, they are different from AI, right? So AI is making both intelligent. The robotics is the physical robotics, right? It is used usually to minimize physical risk at the human sides. Robotic process automation is how you can automate processes in any business. So we can see that in accounting, we can see that in internal auditing, we can see that in different kind of business activities. How AI is contributing here? AI is making the process of automation more intelligent. For example, if there's a company that has millions of documents, if you want to do archiving or classification of those documents manually, you would require huge amount of resources. You need humans, employees, to start reading those documents, classifying them, and every document would take a lot of time to read, analyze, then classify, or getting archived, let's say, in the system. There is a process automation here, but the AI part would make the classification process automated. So you would save maybe millions and years of work because of this intelligent process automation is done. In manufacturing, the same thing. You automate the process, but that does not necessarily mean that the process is right now intelligent. You always need to find where humans are spending time doing repetitive tasks and bring the AI to do those tasks in a better way. This is how we are merging AI and RPAs.
Thank you very much for your answer.
Thank you, Kautar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yep.
Good afternoon, Samir. Good afternoon, Hasna. Good afternoon, all participants. I'm Dr. Jalil Mohafid. Thank you very much for your presentation concerning AI. So my concerns is about Africa, regarding AI in Africa. So since this current pandemic, we have noticed that companies, and especially companies of services, have switched to switched more to digital services rather than AI, because after that there is always human that execute the services.
Yeah.
So please, what, in your opinion, concerning Africa, what is struggling Africa that AI to be implemented? Does it size companies, or because as much as the company is big, implementing AI becomes very difficult and very expensive, I think. And also, is it also a generation average age of employees? Does it play a key role on implementing AI on companies, especially on Africa? I'm focusing on Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohammed. Well, AI, some AI is expensive right now. It's becoming more affordable. As you know, it's all about scale of economies. When an AI company has a lot of clients, they start reducing the cost, and thus it becomes affordable. On the other side, once the technology is mature, for example, also it starts becoming more affordable. So previously a chatbot, which is the conversational AI that can manage inquiries, it can process applications, it can do many things. Instead of having a live human agent who handle those customer service tasks. It used to be expensive. Right now is very affordable. Anyone can have a chatbot. It will cost like maybe $10,000 or $5,000. I'm not sure, and it can reprogram to any industry. Most of the shipping companies right now, they do have conversational AI, which is a chatbot, to handle customers' inquiries. So if you would like to trace your shipments, you don't really need to give them a call, or you don't really need to chat with a human. All you need to do is just to chat with their chatbots, and it will basically give you all the answers. It used to be before rule-based, which is the stupid AI, let's say. I always call it the stupid AI. However, it becomes very intelligent right now. Every day is more intelligent than yesterday. So it is becoming more intelligent, more affordable, and in my opinion, if we start to inventing and to creating AI projects and start creating or establishing AI startups in Africa, that would absolutely, stimulate the whole economy, because those companies are first of all contributing to the industries by creating more productivity and reducing inefficiencies, but at the same time they are getting a lot of funding from outside. So again, as I gave an example before, imagine if you right now Zoom is $65 billion market valuation. Imagine if you have a couple of companies similar to Zoom or Uber or these kind of AI ideas that can really change the way how we work in different industries in Morocco or in different kind of countries in Africa. That would change our reality. That would change everything, basically. the whole economy will be stimulated. Am I addressing your question, Mohammed?
Yeah, I agree. Just you mentioned one thing about startups. So, in my opinion, I think that big companies, especially in Africa, big companies must focus on startups, which is called now, and many companies now have implemented in their services, which we call them capital venture. It means that they have to invest in a startup and to sponsor them. That's correct. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samir.
Yeah, I just want to add one more point here. The question is why venture capital firms and why foreign investment companies might think to start investing in for example, Moroccan startups. The answer is, if you remember when Uber acquired Careem for $3 billion in Dubai, that was a big move. Knowing that Careem is offering the exact same services as Uber, but Careem, they localized the services, right? They were offering the same Uber services, but in our own Arabic culture. Whenever there's, for example, Eid, they know how to do promotions. Whenever there's some cultural events, they know how to customize their marketing campaigns. So and how to make offers. So Western companies and Western startups, they are very interested to expand their footprints, I mean, into the local communities by acquiring or investing in those startups. This would absolutely, I mean, generate cash flow and stimulate the economy, attract funding, and therefore that has a lot of implications, including unlocking jobs by hiring youth in a certain country, and etc. So this is the main goal here.
Thank you, Mr. Samir.
Yeah, thank you. Any further questions?
I think there are no more questions, I guess.
Mr. Samir?
Yep. Ahmed?
It's Ahmed of the first question.
Yeah.
I already sent you an email. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Thank you. I'll reply to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
طيب Hasna, everyone, please feel free to email me or to get in touch with me if you need any support or if you need any help regarding your research project, regarding your ideas. I would love to contribute. I would love to support. And it was a great pleasure to be with you guys, and I wish you all the best. And thank you, Hasna, for very much for the invitation.
Thank you, Mr. Samir. It was a pleasure. So on behalf of the Africa Business School, we thank you for your time and your effort. Your insights were very inspiring for all our students. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.